was born in Havana in 1954. Training I started over maybe I would say 10 years ago when I started training serious into bodybuilding. It helped to develop something that we call the endorphins, something that make people a little more happy. I compete with younger competitors, my age, and then the competitors 20, 22, competing on the 70 kilos, and I'm really happy with my results. It's not just to win or lose; it's just the way that I present my physique. What I find out is if you train, it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, the body can transform. Benefit of the exercises, think of the benefits of training, think on the benefit of lifting and bodybuilding. It's recommendable because there is the bodybuilding training or the lifting or resistance training. It will help to increase your muscles, it develop your bones density. Also, it will help to develop your cardiovascular and your lung capacity. It will help to build new tissues and new muscles. I will recommend anyone to keep doing exercises, keep active, eat healthy, dance, be happy, smile, and train, and try to every single day of your life to just get 20. You don't need to train to stream. All you need maybe is a 20 minutes, 30 minutes of exercises regular all your life, and you will see results. Don't give up. And the difference is constancy, is determination, and the spirit to not give up and achieve your goals.
From about 17 and a half to 21, I did weightlifting. I was reasonably good at it. Then I had a break due to a bit of an accident, and plus work commitments. So the next time I went into the gym when I was 42, I broke my first world record when I was 52, and that was in chin-ups. I have broken over 90 world records now, at least, probably more. I know it's more, but I don't know how many. I lost track now. The strength is one thing, but I'd rather be more flexible, fluent and moving. I'd rather just be able to move freely. Yeah? And I find calisthenics and gymnastics give you that. Basically, I wanted the bars in here, like the pull-up bars, but I didn't have anything else. And then it just stemmed from there, and I've added bits of kit to it. I've got a power jogger, which I love to death. I've got a Concept 2 rower, which I use for two things, as core work, and I use it for rowing. I've got sit-ups, I've got several pull-up bars in different positions. So I've got one around the front, I've got 3 here, I've got other L-shaped ones there, I've got a lower bar, I've got dip bars, and I got vaults that I use. I've got feet up, my own personal version of it, on for yoga and stuff like that. And basically, I just adapt the kit to suit what I want, basically. So it's not anything that I can't make up here. No amount of money, no amount of goods or shackles you may have, you can't buy health and fitness, right? You either got it or you work at it and you look after yourself. You shouldn't have to be told to have fun, should you? You should just have fun, shouldn't you? I mean, you can have days where you're miserable. I mean, it's just life, isn't it? But generally, as I said, I think you've got to get up and you've got to have something to look forward to. Because if you don't, God, that's boring, isn't it? And as I said, I'm in a position now where I'm quite fortunate. I've put myself in this position where I can get up. I've been retired for 3 years and I run a business where it was extremely stressful and extremely under pressure to do a lot of stuff. And everybody said to me, oh, you'll never be able to retire. I haven't missed a day of it. Not one.
Most of the time, a lot of the time, I come into here and I don't have a plan. And all of a sudden, it just seems to snowball, and that's it. An hour and a half later, I've had a great time. And a lot of people ask me, have you got a military background? because they seem to think he might have some kind of military background. And I'll take it as a compliment, but no, certainly not. Or gymnastic background. I've never done gymnastics in my life before, and it's all just, I want to have a go at that. I want to have a go at that. So I think my knowledge has been far greater as a result of that. I know my body better. I've not just been doing the same exercises all the time, and you get that repetitive injury type thing, wearing your body out in one particular way. So I just consider myself a jack of all trades and a master of none. So try things. It might not always work for you, but you know what, if you try it and you don't like it, maybe try something else. And you don't have to have a gym to do it. You know, I can go to a park, I'll come across a log, pick it up, let's do some movements, let's start throwing it, running after it, throwing it, chasing it. Mobility is so important, so important. So without mobility, the strength you have, you're not using to its full potential. And I think long term it's good for your joints, your muscles, ligaments, tendons, to be as mobile as you can. I think just open your mind. Let's be a bit more adventurous about what you're doing. But if you have that attitude where maybe I'll have a go at this, maybe I'll try that. So don't be so narrow-minded about whatever. I think that really helps as well. And I keep going back to it, but fun. Have some fun.
I joined the gym 3 years ago. I decided to go down the route of training with a personal trainer, and I went to see Mike, and I was impressed by his attitude towards technique. He was very keen that we got the technique right. And Mike said to me one day, would you like to do a competition? And I thought, oh, he thinks I'm good enough to do a competition. So I said, yeah. So we turned up on the day, and we were like kids peering through a curtain into this other world. We could see all these real strong-looking women. But at the end of the competition, it was just absolutely fantastic. I had this absolute fantastic feeling of achievement. I'd actually qualified to do the British Championships at the end of that competition. I entered the category for 56 kilograms, 60 to 64, and I got the British records. So I was really, really pleased with myself. It showed me that I can do things that I never imagined I could do, which is great for my confidence. I think things happen in life, and your confidence quite often takes a dip. And I find that I come into the gym and my confidence goes up, and I believe in myself. I believe that I can do things that I just never thought were possible. Initially, when I was chatting to one of the girls that I train with, and I said, oh, I'm really nervous about doing this, and she said, if you can inspire one person, then that's a good enough reason. And I thought, well, of course, you know, if by doing this, somebody is watching and thinks, well, I can do that too, then that's worth it. And I just think anybody in fitness, if they can get people moving, keep people moving, or people move a bit more, then it's all worth it at the end of the day.
I was born in 1952. I was born in Barbados, so I'm part of the Windrush generation. I came over here in 1957 when I retired from what I call my real job, which I spent 39 years doing. I was just a little bit bored at home. I was doing gym stuff and training people anyway. So I just thought it was a good thing to get into just for myself. I started competing when I think I was 43. And it's only because I took my children to the track. And I used to see these what I considered these old guys running around. I thought, well, if they could do it, I'll give it a go. My first international competition was in 2005. It was World Championships in Spain. I entered the 100 metres, 200 metres and 400 metres, and I made the final of all of them, and I came fourth in the 400, my first major competition. Everybody kept coming up to me saying, that's really disappointing. Coming fourth, that's the worst place to finish. And I tell you, it's not. It is not. And I nearly got onto the podium in my first competition. So that for me was the sort of starting point. And incidentally, going back to achievements, my 4x1 team still hold the world record for the 4x1 relay in the M55 age group. Oh, that's 2008. Yeah, we set that. It hasn't been broken yet. 2008. Look that one up there. Yeah. You're never too old, but it has to be tempered with this realization that the body does slow down, but it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. I've reached a stage where I can actually train and maintain, but it's not only training, it's about eating well and living well. Your lifestyle has to complement what you're trying to achieve, because people try and achieve, you know, these goals they set for themselves, but yet they don't address the lifestyle. You know, some people's lifestyle are not conducive to training. You can get away with it when you're young, but you can't when you're older. So.
With the front lever as a complete, you've got to really activate the lats, your core, to complete a complete line, solid line, straight line. My first attempt a few years ago, it wasn't that bad at all. I've just developed from there, and because I can hold it for a reasonable amount of time, and a lot of people can't do one at all. It's a tough move to do, so I quite enjoy the kudos of being able to do it. I'm Graham Parrington. I was born in 1947. I was brought up on a farm. Some people say I was dragged up, but that's another story. The tucks, they help build up the lat strength, because you've got to activate your lats as you lift your knees up. Lever length makes it harder, so the single leg front levers are a good one to use. And also I find that with the dragon flag, that position is a straight line. If you do it really correct, you need to really activate your hips, everything in line to be able to lift it up and keep that position. That's why I like it. I've been truck driving for 44 years. When we were loading up, I've had knees smashed, hands smashed, but you've got to move on. You've got to keep it moving, because people tend to sometimes have an injury and they give in. You've got to think positive and keep moving. That's very important. I had prostate cancer at 60. I'm all clear of that now. I had a hernia operation when I was 70. They said I'm in an amazing condition because I don't take any medication or anything. And I think that's one of the reasons why I recovered so quickly from it, and then back into training within about 10 weeks, I think, back into full training again. It's like everything, you've got to start somewhere. You can't start at the top, it's not going to work. You've got to start at the bottom, build up slowly, just persevere. The thing is that you're not going to get quick results, it's a progression. Same with the exercises, you progress them as you go along. So same with your life, you've got to try and progress it as you go along to make your life longer.